All right, everybody, it's the Arty 84 Show live here, episode 192. As always, Adam DeMellet to the left of me. Tonight's special guest, we have the boys from Old Dirty Boston Podcast.
Yes,
Jason and Tom will be joining us in about 15 minutes or so. So we'll have them come on here and talk about their podcast. How I want to know more about the fight that's going on with because they're the Old Dirty Boston Podcast. I guess they were originally supposed to be the Dirty Boston Podcast, but someone already has it and they wouldn't give it up. There's some interesting. It was on one of their podcasts I heard, and we also going to find out if one of them dated one of our coworkers.
That's right. We got to find out who the
bottom of that.
Yeah, I am curious. It's more of a curiosity thing, you know, in these situations. You know, anytime it's somebody who's around in your proximity, you want to know stuff. You know.
Well, I have to say it is because of her. The reason I know these guys because she had me look them up. So she was the suggester of having these guys on the show, and I said, all right, I'll give it a whirl. And it seemed they seemed interesting. So let's see if they are. And if they're not, we can have a Boston podcast war.
Good. We could ignite a rivalry here. This could go very badly. We could end up not liking each other. Who's to say? Because sometimes Boston people get very territorial towards
territorial
when there's no need to be, and then it elevates things. And who knows? This could be the start of a rivalry for all we know. I don't know.
And they're from the Somerville area, so you know, I am also. We're all North Shorers over here, so at least we have something in common. It's not like we're dealing with Eric Powers and the Weymouth crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Traitor to the North Shore. He went to the South.
I know the South sucks. Fuck the South Shore. South Shore sucks.
I lived there. Where did I live there? 2012 to 2016. What was that? 4 years? Terrible.
Sure. Yeah. We'll go.
Not good.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it. I mean, everyone's so far away. No one comes to visit you. You know, everyone treats you like a piece of shit. You know,
it's just woods and heroin addicts.
That's
all it is.
You go to bars down there, and it's like, I used to have a bar down there in one of my apartments I lived in for a couple of years. It was great. It was walking distance. When I say walking distance, it was like a mile. It was like a half a mile, almost a mile walk. But I could get licked up and just walk back to the apartment, and you know,
yeah,
it's enough time to take like a 20-minute walk and smoke a cigar while you're doing it. You know, not bad.
That fucking horrible mall where it's like the ramp to get back to head towards the city. It's like you take the you leave the South Shore Mall and then you immediately have to veer left. Yeah. Immediately.
You have to cross 4 lanes of traffic. They couldn't figure out an easy way to get people from the mall to 93 North.
It's fucking horrible.
Terrible. That mall is dying anyways. I think someone gets shot. I was at that mall a couple weeks, about a month ago.
Yeah.
And every store has their own personal security in front of it, with the limit of the people they allow into the store because of such a high theft rate. So and someone got shot there like last July.
Oh, I believe it.
In broad daylight. That's some bold shit. I don't know if you've seen. I was watching this thing on the news. There was a guy on in New York City. The crime is just running fucking crazy down there. And now the crime's happening in broad daylight. And like as you and I said, it's mostly mental patients that no one's getting help for. These mentally ill people just wandering the streets and no one is doing anything for them. They can't lock them up because no one wants to lock them up, and they can't help them. They can't put them in a mental asylum and fucking figure out the fuck's wrong with them.
Yeah.
But this guy was at an ATM vestibule like you and I would be anytime in the middle of the afternoon, and a guy came in with a hatchet and started whacking him with it.
Oh, classy.
Didn't want any of the money. Wasn't even trying to rob him.
Yeah.
Just hatching him to get. It's kind of like the kid I know from Tennessee who hatcheted his boss.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
I used to work with. Yeah.
Talking about crazy mental patients. Potential one today as I was leaving work and driving home, and from Charlestown to Montville Ave, this woman, we were in the same proximity of each other driving, and like I don't know if you caught the traffic around the Rotary leaving, because it was really bad.
I don't go that way anymore. I go up Route 1 because I have to get so.
That's right. But it was really, really extra bad today for some reason. But this woman was behind me from Sheriff's Building to Montville Ave. Once we hit the highway, though, and it got to a point where she's like flashing her arm, not at me, just beeping at nothing. Right. And I was getting I'm like, I'm just going to fuck with this woman. I need some entertainment at home. So I made it a point to every time she switched lanes, I'd switch lanes. And I would constantly get in front of her. I didn't know she was going to obviously take the same exit I would.
Oh, God.
All of her, like she ended up in front of me. but like all of her shifting and maneuvering got her like 2 spots up more. That's it.
Isn't that the best when you say like you didn't get anywhere? Sorry, lady. Good try.
But it's like, what are you beeping at? People who are like that, it's like they lay the horn on. It's like, what the hell? I don't even know what you're beeping at. Nothing's gonna move.
I was going to work on Saturday, and there's this lady trying to pull up on the Route 1 from the Dunkin' Donuts up near Peabody, and I was in the left lane. The traffic was moving so slow. I was just keeping an eye on this lady, and she was just literally talking to herself, like having a full blown. Her arms are going. She's screaming. She's swearing. Yeah, what a fucking lunatic. I go. Sometimes I say like, "What the fuck?" under my breath, but I'm like, I'm not having a full blown conversation with myself like a nut job. People are crazy.
No, they are. They're fucking nuts, and the circumstances of what's going on in the world doesn't help. You know.
Yeah, I mean, our friends in Afghanistan.
It's true. Is that what they're saying? Now they're pulling out like a slow.
Yeah, pulling out. Yeah, we pulled out like a kid on high school. What's going on? Now he's trying to get me on video here. You're watching the show, Tom and Jason. We'll bring you guys in about 5 minutes or so. I see Jason's in the waiting room, so there we go. We can go from there. But yeah, is that where you get Afghans from? Like the blanket you put on you, like an Afghan? Is that from Afghanistan?
Question. That's a very good question. If not, it's kind of racist.
Because I'm gonna be kind of honest, I've never really heard of Afghanistan until 9/11.
Yeah, Afghan. I'm good. Afghan blanket origin. Let's see. The word Afghan refers to the people of Afghanistan. Yes, the use of Afghan in the English language goes back to 1831.
Okay. Yeah. I remember as a kid, my mother was like, "Get the Afghan, cover up with the Afghan."
Yeah, my mom did that too. And
I didn't know I didn't know where Afghanistan was. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, no, it definitely. That's how I kind of learned about it too. Actually, now I think about it.
The first, first. Wait, what you say here?
No, I have an echo. This is going on, so it's like I've been thinking you're done talking when you're not, and it stops and it does this thing. Go ahead.
Kind of retarded too, so I don't know how to speak properly. We all know this.
It's all right.
No, but the first time I ever heard of Afghanistan is when I was watching the news after 9/11. They're like, they came from Afghanistan, the Taliban. And I was like, ooh, the Taliban, is that a new punk rock group that's touring the country?
I could see that.
Yeah, that'd be a good, cool. Let's kill a name, the Taliban. The Taliban.
Yeah, if all that shit didn't happen, then
yeah,
I would say
bad. They ruined a great band name.
Yeah, but no. Speaking of moms, my mom called me earlier today. I guess the cookout she was at over the weekend, somebody tested positive. You know, old people. So my mom's now like, I was at my doctor's office today. I'm like, Mom, listen, don't call anybody.
Yeah,
I know you saw me over the weekend too. I don't care. It's fine. Like, here's the thing. Don't do anything until she's getting tested tomorrow. I'm like, and then then say something if that tests positive. Right now, don't start calling your doctor's office and your ear people and all these people. It's stupid. She's like freaking out. And it's like, there's nothing, she's calm, but you can tell she's nervous and there's nothing to freak out about. It'll be fine. But I started getting angry after I hung up the phone because I'm like, are we really fucking doing this again for another winter? I can't fucking do this again. I can't do it, Arty. Like, seriously, like if it was like El Nino, where like this happened like every X amount of years, okay. But like, I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out if I have to do this every goddamn year. You guys gotta talk to her. I
mean, she got the vaccine, right? She's probably gonna get the flu shot, right?
Yeah, but are we gonna have to do this every year where it's like, oh, someone in the office tested positive for COVID, so we gotta tell all the other workers and everybody has to know about it. I can't do this every fucking year.
The text message that Danger Power was sent earlier made 100% sense. At what point do you stop asking personal information from people? Like, it doesn't really matter at this point. But I hate to say it, I don't want to say it, but it's political, but it's all political at this point because it's when you think about it, it just they're using it for some reason to manipulate something, right? So like it's like, look over here. I know Afghanistan's really, really bad, but hey, look over here. Everyone's dying of COVID. Pay attention to this. We're saving you. But look over here.
I know it's exhausting.
But I really, I don't know about you, but I really think people are starting to smarten up to it, don't you?
Yeah,
I know there's a small portion of people who are like, I follow everything that they say on the news.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, take the first shot, for example, the 2 shots, but the first go around of vaccine shots. It's like, people were more open to it because it's like, oh, I get a reward. Like I
Yeah.
get a shot and I get to resume my normal life.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. And now you mean to tell me there's this variant that doesn't matter if I got the vaccine possibly,
Yeah.
and there's no reward. So I think people are going to be like, fuck this,
Well,
you know?
and I think they're going to do some of booster shots, which is fine. If you're conscious, if you feel like you need it, get it. It should be at this point, and it is basically is the flu. So if you can't, if I don't understand, I really hate to say it, but if this wasn't, if there's wasn't so much bad shit going on, like politically on one side, that like this would just been brushed. If there was like a middle of an election, if this was like 2 years into a term or something, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like because the Democrats are, are very close to losing the House and the Senate in next November of 2022, that they need a way to try to keep things like, hey, we're doing good, keep us in good way, we got to save you type of thing. And I think, I don't know, people will disagree, but I think that it's, when you break it down, it's a very highly contagious flu, and that's about all it is. Yeah, but after you say that, people think you're fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And majority of people, you want to get the vaccine, go ahead, get the fucking vaccine. Yeah. Shoot yourself up. Do what you got to do. If you feel like that makes you feel better, if you're an older population, if you're like, someone who's sick, if you're cancer, God forbid, or something like that, do what you got to do. But like, that's like saying like, hey, I'm lactose intolerant. So that means you got to ban milk from everywhere in the country. Every restaurant has to ban milk because 1% of the population is lactose intolerant. I mean, that's basically what you're saying. You know what I mean? It should be like the disclaimer when you walk into a Texas Roadhouse. Hi, we throw peanuts on the floor. Yeah. So if you have a peanut allergy, you might not want to go here.
They did stop that, I believe.
Though. Yeah, but they still get the peanuts. I think they, but you know what I'm saying, though, right? It's
penis?
Like peanut. Penis? Hi, I had a good penis at the
side of prep.
The side of prep. I think that's why P-Town, but apparently they said 70% of the people were vaccinated that got the thing in P-Town. I don't know how that happened. Does anyone really know the numbers? I do find it funny, though, if you go to Google and you break down, like you can click the states and see like the daily cases. Florida Florida's not giving the numbers anymore to Google. Pretty much showing them fuck themselves, which is actually pretty funny.
It's a big middle finger.
It's like, you click on it, it's DeSantis with his pants down, slapping his ass, looking over, saying, how you like me now, motherfucker?
Oh, that's funny.
It is kind of sad it's coming to this. Remember, like 20 years ago, we were all so united. Well, I guess we weren't. 20 years ago from now, we weren't very united because we all hated each other. We took a bunch of fucking idiots to fly planes into national landmarks for us to all be united for what, 6 months, 7 months or so.
If that's the case too, that means we're looking at, so far it's like every 20 years something big happens. I mean, we have two things now: 9/11, and then 20 years later we get COVID. And but like, it's like the whole thing with the whole vaccine and not allowing people that does bother me. And it's not that single one thing of them saying that you have to do this or you can't, you have to get this and have a card to do it. It's more so the fact that it's what it represents, and you taking things away from people, and you start taking things away from people, and you could say it might be temporary, but are you going to get that back? You don't know. And it's like the Patriot Act. We've talked about this before. That's never fucking going away.
Oh.
You take away some people. The sad thing is people nowadays are willing to sacrifice freedom for what they think is a little bit of safety. Yeah. And you keep picking at that and picking at that and picking at that. And eventually all these little bites get taken out of it, and what's left. And before you know it, what the fuck do you have? That's the scary part of this whole thing. That is
called communism, sir. Yeah. That is what happened to our friends. That's what happened to our friends in Cuba. Listen, people used to say that Saddam Hussein was a fucking crazy person, but sometimes you got to put people in line. And maybe he was a little extreme to the point. No, but seriously, like you said, you give freedom of speech. Everyone has freedom; they can say what they want. And then you get to this point where people start thinking they start sacrificing stuff because they think it's a little bit of safety. Because they get brainwashed by someone who's manipulating them, telling them that the reason this is why the reason is. Yeah. Like going to the airplane, flying in an airport, stuff like that. Like we were so quick to take away all those freedoms after 9/11 for safety, right? We were like, oh, we'll go through metal detectors. We'll let the government spy on us. That's what we did. Yeah, let's listen to our phone call conversations and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before we bring that, I just want to say I was listening to something that podcast that pisses me off. Well, today they posted a minute and a half. It's called Missing on 9/11. It's an hour and a half of, so funny story. not really funny. This FBI informant was wired, right, on the day of 9/11, and he was in the Marriott hotel that was attached to the World Trade Towers, and he was conducting business. He was trying to get information off a mobster, and they arranged to have breakfast at the Marriott. So he's wired up. So you're listening to his conversation. Now the tape runs for an hour and a half. So the first like hour and 10 minutes is just him having a conversation with the guy, and you hear like sirens in the back, but you don't hear anything. 9/11 has not happened yet. And all of a sudden, about 75 minutes into it, you hear it's the plane hitting the tower, the first one, while they're in the hotel. Now the hotel only got destroyed after the towers came down. And you just hear him, holy shit, it's a fucking explosion. And you just hear all this chaos. And he's like, dude, we got to get out of here. And you can hear him running outside. And then you hear him on the street. And it goes by like another like 15 minutes. And then you hear another explosion and people screaming. It's the second plane hitting.
Oh, that's terrifying. That sounds
it is
horrible.
the weirdest, like surreal type of thing. Because it's like it's authentic audio that hadn't been edited. It is literally two guys conducting business on a Tuesday morning.
Attack is happening.
Yeah. And it's so funny that like they're saying there's like they found this like disposable camera that someone had up there on the upper deck of where the plane hit. The plane hit below them, and they took a bunch of pictures, and he put it in his pocket when he fell off. He jumped, and the FBI recovered it, and they developed the pictures, and they showed them to a few people, and then the FBI lost it. They have no idea where it is. Whether they know where it is or they don't know where it is, people who have inquired about these pictures of shit that's going on above where the planes hit on the North Tower, no one has any indication of where these pictures exist. But they also, I read a lot that the FBI was very sloppy on their evidence collection during this too. But
it could have been something as simple as they lost it, and there's nothing sinister about it. It could be that too. Yeah, I got something to talk to you about. We'll talk about it in the office tomorrow. It does involve a counterintelligence officer. I was a documentary watching a counterintelligence agent, and it involves aliens. But we'll talk about that some other time, because that's a jumping off point that could be talked about for like fucking an hour. So
absolutely. Let's bring in Jason. Let's see. Here he comes right here.
Jason,
what's up, Jason? Can you hear us, sir?
His audio is still connecting.
I like how he's talking.
There he is.
Might be our first
connected. Hey,
what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man.
You can stay top. You can stay topless if you like. You'd be our first
whatever you're comfortable
topless
with,
dude on the show.
Gold microphone. Look at this. Look at this guy balling. This checking the scent. We can't smell you. It's all good.
It's all right.
So what's up, guys?
How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Doing?
Wow. How are you?
Thank you for we're doing good. Thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry about the situation that you had.
Yeah, I wasn't sure kind of where you were or what was going on.
Yeah, no, about your pre-scheduled situation.
Oh yeah, so I had a date scheduled.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And she canceled.
Ugh.
What
was it? What she
said? Hold on. Latest update. Are we ready?
Okay.
What do you got?
I texted her because we had something scheduled for tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, didn't reply. And then replied at like 8 o'clock. And she's like, sorry, I was crazy busy. I just saw your message. Whatever. My apologies.
Oh.
No big deal. We could try it again sometime.
Yeah.
I've been through this.
Then she says, I've had a crazy day. Was kind of excited to get away from all that, but not our luck. Right?
What does that mean?
I've been through this.
To me, that's like there's still something in the air.
Yeah.
I said, can I make a radical suggestion?
Oh, did you invite her over?
Come to my place.
That's what I would do too. That's that.
Smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Eat some watermelon. And we could go for a walk.
Did you really say that?
I said the joint is optional, but the watermelon's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That was good.
She said, I would have been up for the opposite. Where do you stay?
Where do you stay?
Where do you stay?
I believe she's foreign. I believe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I think she's German.
Well, then maybe that's why her communication skills aren't up to par. Because if she is foreign, then maybe she's not used to the etiquette of us boys in America.
She sounds.
And I think that anytime you're on foreign soil, you loosen your. It's like you have a little more freedom to. You can let the freak flag fly a little.
Oh, absolutely.
Higher.
Yeah.
It's not like friends and fam around. It's like I'm never going to see these people again.
She sounds nervous. I've been through something. The weed and watermelon was good too. Saying to come to my place though, that's a bold move though, only because like if she's already nervous, that might not help. And I've been through this almost the same exact thing because usually I cut them off and I don't let it go any further because it's just fucking rude. Like if you can't make it and you're busy, just fucking if that's the case and if someone's legitimately interested, I feel like they'd be like, sorry, like even an hour up to at least say like, hey, like I can't, I'm busy. Not just fucking let the clock run out. That's just rude,
Right.
You put them in the back of the order, like like if you have 5 on deck, you just move her to the back, and then just go through the Rolodex.
Where do I want to? No, it's always based. I'm going to say this right now, bluntly. It's always based on hotness. So if you're the hottest, you're staying at the top of the list.
No, that's true. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Yeah, I guess.
And then there's other things like there's hotness, but then there's also like, chemistry. It's not always the hottest chick that's the best. You get along with the best at all. There's never usually that.
Get a weight on hotness and ability to get your pickle wet. The easiest opportunity to do so as well, too, depending on your situation and what you're looking for. And like at 8 o'clock at night, you're looking for maybe the hot chick. At like 3:30 in the morning, you're going for the pickle. Right. I mean, that's what. Maybe not the pickle.
You cover the pickle.
I feel like the hot chick isn't the best in bed though. Like the hot chick is usually the dead fish because her whole life she's been told how hot she is and doesn't need to do anything.
There is something to that. Like when people are hot, they don't develop the necessary.
No.
That's right. The ugly girls can really. They've developed the art of
That's where you got to find the balance.
No other choice to. That's how they got it. It is what it is. I'm not throwing you out of bed unless you're better on the floor. That's the way I say it. So
that's good. Yeah.
So Jason, Old Dirty Boston podcast. Where I was listening to a bunch of your episodes. You had the guys from Be a Man on a couple weeks ago.
I did. Yeah, great guys, Carlo and Harmon.
Yeah, funny guys. Guys. It's funny that they pretty much made a living off of just telling people to fucking man up and stop being a pussy.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a quick thing. It took them years to do it. Carlo's been doing a show called Mr. Mondays for, I think, like 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the first time I heard from him, I'm friends with Don Zolo, comedian area, and I seen he'd posted a bunch of videos with the Be a Man stuff there. I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. That's how I got into it. Then I seen you had interviewed him. I go, that's pretty cool. I go, because it's like such a Boston thing too. It's kind of like, I get, or a Northeast thing, I guess, because New Yorkers kind of have the same fucking attitude too. It's just kind of like, fuck you, grow some balls, do what you got to do, stop being a pussy. You know what I mean? So I had listened to another one of your podcasts, and you do the Old Dirty Boston podcast, and there was this something going on where you had Old Dirty Boston, and you had to change it, or you had Dirty Boston. Yes. Was it Dirty Boston? And you had to change it.
There was originally a page called Dirty Old Boston on Facebook.
Okay.
It's still there. It has like 150,000 followers, a huge page. I worked on that page with the guy who started it named Jim. And the deal was, he said, hey, I can help you with your website. I want to do a podcast, and I can help you with your Instagram. Let me host the podcast, and that's how we'll make this thing happen.
Okay.
So he said, yeah, we did it all on a handshake. And I put in like $20,000 of my own money. Grew the Instagram, sold a bunch of merch, set up the website, yada, yada, yada. And then I was doing the podcast, and I would bring it to him and be like, you're talking about Somerville. That's not Boston. Or I don't want you talking about people's personal lives. I don't want you talking about sex or drugs. Yeah. And what I realized over time was he was never going to give up any control.
Okay.
And so he was always going to find an excuse or a reason with the podcast. And it just got really combative. Like he was fucking calling me at 1 a.m, drunk, telling me my fucking family were pieces of shit. Like, I think that guy, Jim Botticelli from Dirty Old Boston, it's not even his real name, Botticelli. Yeah. He's a fucking scumbag asshole. He put so much bull out there saying I stole things from him and this and that. If I stole it, why couldn't he stop me? Because I didn't. Because I have a contract with the publisher. Because I paid for all that stuff. Like, he can't do shit. And I'm just, I did it literally as a fuck you to him. I was like, you want to be an asshole? I will be an asshole right back to you.
Good for you.
That's actually
I would
awesome.
love to get somebody. If somebody could get us both either in the same room or on the same pod or whatever.
Well, like you said that. Hold on, I'm bringing him on right now. Can we get him on?
And then just let me out from behind the curtain and we can fucking have it out. I legitimately got a fucking restraining order against the guy.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
pretty heavy.
Dude, I can't have him calling me and messaging me all this like crazy shit all the time just because he's drunk at home.
Here's a question. Did he copyright the old Dirty Bots? Could you just steal the copyright from him and fucking throw him a cease and desist?
No, so when he did his book, he sold the rights of the name to the publisher.
Oh, okay.
Part of my deal was like I bought the books back from the publisher, the unsold books, and it was like you can use the name if you buy the book. So I did that when the relationship was good, thinking we would work together.
Yeah.
Because it would have just been a beneficial thing, you know, to have a platform to jump off. But instead, it went the other way, so I had to do it myself.
How long had you known him before you started like kind of partnering up with him?
Well, I reached out to him. So I probably was like a year in total that we worked together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of lousy.
Oh, it's a bummer, man. I always am fully in support and believe in like working together. I don't think it's not like not to be competitive, but just if two minds are better than one, two people's efforts going to get further than one person's. Just common sense. And some people you just can't work with. So he was somebody I couldn't work with.
No, and I always got that doing stand-up in Boston too. You get the comedians that want to work with you and come and branch off and do projects and do each other's podcasts and shows and stuff. And we're doing that for years. But then you get the other people who are just fucking ignorant assholes who think they're better than everyone else.
Dickheads.
Yeah, and they don't want to help you, or they don't want to help themselves. And I'm like, bro, I'm putting an olive branch out here for like, hey, you want to do this? You know, with exchange. You know, you want to do this show? I'll let you do my show. You do my show. Because at the end of the day, you're all helping each other. And then if one of you happens to break out a little bit, then you always remember the guys that you worked with, you know what I mean? And you'd be like, I'll bring this guy, help him along. I mean, Adam Sandler is a perfect example of that, bringing all the guys along with him for the ride. But
that guy.
it sucks when people want like that. And I feel like it ends up just biting them in the ass at the end. They don't want to be, you know,
I'd hope so.
Tom is a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, I got a brush off from somebody today that I thought was very rude. And you tell me what you think of it.
Yeah, what do you got?
This chick, Alexis from East Boston Oysters.
Okay.
All right, right off the bat, name Alexis.
I did a TikTok for her.
Okay.
Right? For free. Like I just went because I thought it's a cool idea. She does this these underground dinners, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Went to TikTok, got like over 200,000 views. It fucking blew up.
Yeah.
She didn't even give me a fucking oyster. Literally, I was like, I just need one for the shot. Like, and she's like, sorry, like I'm all out. I can't do it. And then has never said a single thank you or like, hey, thanks for shooting that or thanks for like putting out that video, you know, really did well, got a lot of feedback, got a lot of support from it. And I asked her to do the weed game show. And her reply is, I'm going to pass, dear, but thank you for wanting me.
Oh, what a bitch. Oh my God.
The cuntiest,
thank you for
it's nastiest thing you could ever say.
I thought you were going to say thank you for asking. And then I would have said, well, at least she said that. But no, she said, thank you for wanting me. What a fucking cocky cunt. That is wow.
The trash bag comment, in my opinion.
It all worked out though, because you got her all those, you know, views. And then she's going to go do the next video. And then not even anywhere close to that.
Yeah, she'll fizzle out. Like you gave her results and like she just did. It's not even like you helped her and you gave her results. And then she just.
That's the thing, man. Like I'm all about giving and doing, but if it doesn't come back in a positive way, then it's like, all right, well, clearly, like, let's hope you never need a favor from me.
Yeah, 6 months from now when she's in some fucking contest where she needs votes and she'd be like, hey, Jason, I was wondering, could you like possibly do like another TikTok with me? Because I'm doing this contest and I really, you know, I'm doing a stripping contest at the Squire Club. And, you know, I just need a lot of people to vote for me so I could be the #1 amateur on Wednesdays, you know?
Yeah. Have you guys seen Brian Cho, the 25-year-old virgin?
No,
I don't think so.
No. We have a guy on the page, Brian Cho.
Okay.
Virgin. And we're trying to get him laid. Real Estate Jeff took him to the Squire. That was a fun adventure. And he got some lap dances. First time he's ever got lap dances.
Okay.
So he's still a virgin. So if you guys ever have an idea or would like to try and contribute to him losing his virginity, we're all ears.
I'm always up for that. I worked with a guy.
Active project.
Yeah, no, I worked with a couple guys at the bar who are like in that situation, and I made it for example, this kid I worked with who's a guest on our show all the time, KCG. He is a virgin and was very, very, doesn't want anything to do with anything like that. So I had one of the bartenders at the restaurant go into the kitchen and take her shirt off and put his face between her tits and just kind of juggle him a little bit to rough him up a little bit. Motorboat, yeah, and you could tell he enjoyed it, but he didn't want to enjoy it, type of thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, and I kind of just made it my, for a few years, my personal agenda to get the kid. We even talked about getting him a hooker and just setting it up so it was like kind of natural. He didn't know,
Right.
That's tough. But like, whenever I come across somebody like that, my question is, why is this person this long? It's really difficult. Even people who are really fucking weird looking and eerie usually at least have had like maybe a lucky night where it shouldn't have happened, but it did. And it makes me wonder how somebody can go that long. And it's like, are they creepy? Are they just socially awkward?
A religious thing maybe? Or
I'm always intrigued by people who have gone that long without getting laid at least once. And what's his case?
I definitely blame Brian. I mean, I think it's him. He can't get out of his own way. Like he's so insistent that he knows how to do it. He's like, don't fucking tell me how to do it, or like tell me how to talk. It's like, well, dude, you've never gotten laid.
Yeah,
like, exactly. Why should anyone listen to anything you're saying about
Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, obviously.
I know, Adam, because you make a good point. Like it's sometimes like at a certain point, it's tough not to get laid. Like,
yeah,
I mean, we've all been in situations where we hit above our level. We've all been below our level, but like in a situation at any given time, like if you could literally sometimes just walk into a situation, not worry about, not have to put any effort into it.
Yeah, like even a lagoon creature, like you would think somebody there would be, but no, it's just that takes a lot of effort, I think, to actually not go that long, without getting laid at least.
Well, we gotta get this kid laid. You know what I mean? I know. I know. Like I don't know if you came across this, but I was reading something that on girls' Tinders and Bumbles, they were putting like their vaccination status to like kind of help with their sexual and their sexual endeavors, I guess you could say. I'm vaccinated, only banging vaccinated guys. Like it's like kind of an interesting thing. It's like kind of saying like, I don't get AIDS, don't gotta worry about getting me. I have a hysterectomy, you can't get me pregnant. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Yeah.
Good bait, Arty. You threw the line out of this.
I said in my brain, I said lots of things, but none of them are coming out of my mouth.
Fair.
You weren't the one that got catfished, were you, on your podcast?
I did get catfished, yes.
Someone you knew, right? It was a girl who set up the fucking profile?
Yeah. Set up 6 or 7 profiles.
That's dirty.
That was tough.
That happened to me before. I was this was before Tinder and all that stuff. It was a girl set up a fake AOL screen name. And I was dating this one girl, and I had previously dated this other girl. So the girl I was dating, Dana, was a little bit fucking crazy. She was from Connecticut. And I had previously dated this girl, Katie, who was also fucking crazy. So Dana had gotten into my AOL somehow. She got my password. We're talking like 2004, 2003. And had seen, and I IM'd everyone who was on my buddy list who happened to be this girl, Katie. So they started talking. So now you have 2 fucking crazy people talking. So then the girl, Katie, sets up a fake instant messenger, says she's this girl that they knew that I had the huts for that worked in the mall with me. I worked at the Square One Mall. Said, you want to meet up, hang out? I said, okay. So I headed to the mall. As I was heading to the mall, phone call from crazy Dana. What are you doing? And I was like, going to the bank. And she's like, are you going to the mall? I know you're going to the mall.
That's the creepy one.
Following you. Well, why would you follow me to the mall? Because Katie told me she was going to the mall and she set you up. So now I got set up by 2 fucking crazy people at the same time. So that was like, all right, I'll just date you for another 6 months and we'll call it. So,
it gets in your head. I got to be honest. Like even now I second guess a few things. I'm like, this chick might be too hot. It must be fake.
Nope.
I actually saw a chick that I thought was a catfish or I thought was like a bot. I swear to God. And when the night I went to the Be a Man thing, I saw her on the street and I was like, oh my God, she's fucking real.
Isn't that great? It's nice when that happens.
It was a shocker for me.
I actually consider myself like an online dating pioneer. I remember doing it when it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, it was very taboo. It used to be very taboo. Dude, you were a loser or a weirdo if you did. And nowadays it's like everybody's on it. And it's almost a problem now because now people don't necessarily use it to date. They use it to help better themselves, like catfishing more, or like just to like, hey, look at my Instagram, almost as like a self-promotional tool, not
lots of
for
Instagram,
dating.
Snapchat promos on there.
And like that's not cool at all. But like it's funny how times have changed in the sense that I think I've already told you this story. It was funny. I remember I was with a bunch of people. I didn't really know a lot of these people. I knew like maybe like 2 or 3, but there's a group of people talking, and they're just talking, and they're like, someone just said ASL, and I'm like, oh, I remember those days, sex location, and they're like, no, American Sign Language Association, and I'm like, oh. Everyone looked at me like I was a fucking idiot. Right? I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that means now. I'm like
ASLP. Remember age, sex, locations? You have a pick, and that's like when you had like like a webcam. Yeah, and the girl never looked like she ever looked like, and it was just like, oh, she looks cute.
Chat rooms. I'm gonna try to find a chat room right now.
Go meet her at the fucking mall.
AIM was definitely full of like heartbreak and sexual predators and
bots, and the bots took over.
Oh, so I lost my virginity to a girl I met on AOL chat.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we were I was like in high school. It might have been a senior. She was a junior or something of that nature. I was a freshman in college. She was a senior, and we had met in a chat room in the summertime, and we were chit chatting. She lived in Hanover, down in the South Shore, and we were kind of talking. And like one Friday night, I'm like, oh, I'll make the trek down to the South Shore. We'll drive down there. 45 minutes later, I'll take one of my buddies with me. Bring one of your friends. We'll meet at the mall. All that shit. So we did that, and we were chit chatting and everything. And then like next weekend, I went down, and then I banged her in an elementary school parking lot, and with my buddy in the back seat.
All right.
Nice. So did that count as a threesome, or is that?
No, he was just
an MMF threesome.
No, he was gonna have sex with a friend, but unfortunately, her friend got naked and decided she didn't want to do anything anymore. So I guess it was kind of like a threesome, because at one point I seen his hand going around the chair, and I think he was grabbing some tit, but I 100% sure. I guess that technically is a threesome at some point, but maybe a foursome if you count the naked girl who was sitting in the back just watching.
I would.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna do an experiment here, and I need your help. I just had this idea because I'm like, do chat rooms even exist anymore? So I did some Googling, and I found this bank of chat rooms I can go into right now. I want you guys to pick which room I'm gonna go into.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give you the options.
Yeah.
All right, so we got, private chat lobby. That has the most people in it, 163. I'm not going to fucking politics. Sorry, guys. That's not happening. Yeah, all right. We have age gaps, discreet confessions chat, young women and older men, PMs for the bored and lonely, curvy older women. I'm just going to stick with those ones.
How'd you find a chat room? What'd you Google chat room?
I just Googled, do chat rooms still exist? And then it just gave me a whole thing. And so this website is wireclub.com/chat.
We'll let our guests pick the chat room if you want to go into.
What do you think?
I want to do the confessions.
Okay, let's do discreet confession chat. There's 83 people in here. How many?
As we don't know, as he clicks onto this, the Chinese government has now got all the information off his computer.
I'll let you. What should I confess? Think of something really good here. What do you?
Can we read any of like the recent comments?
Okay. Let's see. These. I like cappuccino. Oh, these are fucking safe as hell. I like cappuccino. We gotta light this up, guys. This is boring. I like cappuccinos and lattes. The fuck? I put an egg in my nog.
I was getting phoned by my coworker, and I found out she had a dick. How about that one for a confessional?
Perfect.
That stirs things up a little bit. I mean, is it a forum or is it a chat? The people.
It's a fucking chat room. I can take a picture of my phone. There's a lot of people in there. Yeah. Discreet confession chat. I went down to my coworker. I found she had a dick.
That's what see what happens. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's a confession that most people bring to their graves.
What would you call someone who is a woman but has a penis?
I mean, I guess you would
transgender.
Hermaphrodite, right? I mean, it has both, right? Technically.
Oh, what's my
name? I think hermaphrodite would technically mean has both parts.
Yeah. So a chick with a dick, I guess, would be the easiest thing to say.
What is the proper term now?
I don't know. It's one of those letters in the group that has now the gay, straight, lesbian plus minus.
Well, because I mean, I always thought, honestly, I didn't know that tranny was like a derogatory term, but apparently it is a derogatory term now.
It never used to be.
No, but yeah,
Now
I feel like it was just a way of describing it. I'm like, yes, I'm a transsexual. I mean,
well, yeah, I think transsexual you can say. Trans.
yeah, you just can't say tranny, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
All right, I gotta give an email address to sign up. I'm trying to think of an old. I'm using an old one here.
Jesus. The Chinese really want all your information. It's like that time you download that. Remember that app where you could download and it took your face and made you old? But there was like rumor that the Chinese government had control of it and it would go. Adam did it one day. He's like, I just need to do this. I don't care what the Chinese take all my information.
What's my username?
I think my dad's still chasing down a free iPhone on sign up forms from back in the day.
What's my username, guys? What should it be?
It's, I don't know, Big Dick 75. Huh?
I don't want to be too like so obvious. I'm trying to fuck with people. I feel like I gotta be like
Mr. North Shore Fabio, something that's seductive.
North Shore. Let's do North Shore.
Pedophile. No, that would bring attention to yourself.
North Shore underscore.
Might get him on a list.
Yeah. The
North Shore. Right, North Shore lonely.
Ooh, there you go. I can only imagine. I wish you could like see what
Lonesome.
the people who are in these rooms look like. Because so long ago, do you remember chat roulette, Jason? Like you go in there and you see it. Usually it was an Indian guy jerking off.
No.
So it was this website called Chat Roulette, and you had a video cam and they had a video cam, and you hit either like or didn't like, and then a picture would pop up, and you could either talk to the person and have a conversation with them, or you deny it.
Is that like Omegle or what's that site?
Something of that nature. Yeah, this was like prehistoric. So we used to do the radio show. We'd do it live, but we'd also do it on Chat Roulette while we're doing the show, and we'd just be clicking through. And sometimes you'd run into like a bunch of college girls just hanging out.
Yeah.
Like every 10th clip was a Middle Eastern guy jerking off. So we would take a shot every time we seen a Middle Eastern guy jerking off, and we would just do it while we're doing the show. And I mean, one night we got like 7 in a row. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't even stand up. But funny story, we met these girls who were from Virginia, who were in college. And my old co-host and I went on a road trip, and we actually met up with the girls from Chat Roulette and hung out and went to the bar with them, which was actually pretty funny. But yeah, it was pretty much you just go there and you just click like or don't like or don't like. And it was just like, it was no control. You couldn't contact the people. I guess you could leave a message. You could type or talk to them, I guess. I don't even know if there was audio. I don't know how we even communicated, but it was fucked up.
Okay.
Did you get your username all set up?
I went with North Shore Calamity. That's what I'm doing. I'm typing now, though. I finally got into the room, and I'm typing now. Do you remember Hut or Not? Remember that fucking website?
Yeah.
That was devastating.
Well, that's what. Do you ever post people you know's pictures on there?
No, I never. That's fucking evil.
Yeah, we used to go through the yearbook and take pictures of some of the kids we went to high school with, and we post them on Hut or Not and just see how they did.
I would always hear about my buddies, like them and their girlfriend would be going head to head who was hotter. And you just know that relationship's not going to end well.
No, that's going to end up really bad.
All right. I went down to my coworker, and that's how I found out she is really a dude. Not cool. That's what I typed.
Nice.
So let's see what this does.
Not cool. Controversial.
No, fuck. You're right.
Someone's going to be like, why wasn't that cool?
Right.
It's okay for people to have the freedom to have whatever genitalia.
It's very hateful. We actually had a situation with Wade Game Show where one of our sponsors pulled out because I posted something. There was a thing in the news where P-Town had a COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
We have our first response. Go for it.
No, sorry. Don't lie. You enjoyed playing the crying game, North Shore.
Oh, wow. Now you people are fucking racking you.
Debate,
I'm going to say no. Got to disclose that shit. That's all I'm going to say.
You're probably talking to a chick with a dick right now.
It is a chick, Lady Wood.
Lady Wood.
Yeah, Lady Wood.
Couldn't make it any more obvious.
You guys long to find each other.
You're meant to be. So yeah, the Wii Game Show. What did they not like?
Oh, so I posted and I said it was a COVID outbreak in P-Town, and I just posted and I said I blame the gays.
Oof.
I mean, come on, really?
Oof.
So, anyways, one of the guys that worked someone that worked at the dispensary, the sponsor, said that they were uncomfortable with it, that they didn't want to be included in the video, blah, 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 blah. Made a whole fuss.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, in the interest of like, you guys have paid me to do things, I'm going to reach out and try and make this cool.
Yeah.
So I sent an apology. I was like, hey, obviously, I just did it to spark a conversation. People get in an argument in the comments. It goes in the thing, chill. And he was just like, sorry, it's in the community's hands now. So they were trying to pull the cancel card. They basically put pressure on the sponsor to say, pull your sponsorship.
Yeah.
So what the sponsor ended up doing was being like, look, keep the money. Just take our name off of it.
Well, wow.
I know.
It's like a mafia tactic. Like it's
I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like I
well,
get it.
To keep the money. Yeah.
Continued with it. Then is that like an HR legal thing where the guy can be like, hey, I said I was uncomfortable and they continued, or
maybe. But I mean, it's not like you're saying something that's out of the ordinary. The majority of the population lives down there is gay. So it was kind of just like a funny joke. Like, yeah, blame it on it's like saying like, if something happened in the North End, you said, just blame it on the Italians.
Right. And I'd be surprised if any Italians would take real offense to it.
They'd be like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, fuck,
right.
Hey, fuck, mamma mia.
Make a fun of Luigi.
What are you saying? Oh, us Italians have the COVID? What the fuck? Hey. No, but it's like, it's not like you were saying that was mean. You were just making.
And so I'm just saying I already am kind of running into that, like on this level. And it's really just some guy trying to flex and show that he has some power.
Exactly.
And what he's really doing is just fucking up business. I mean, I don't know if his employer sees it this way, but I'm like, you just screwed your company out of money that they were supposed to get some good marketing for.
Now you're just going to go to the next fucking, distributor.
Yeah, now that you got to go spend it somewhere else again and start from scratch.
So what is the weed game show exactly? How does that work?
Yes, how does this work?
The weed game show.
Okay. Oh, it's tickets and everything.
Oh, it's tickets and all that shit.
Okay.
The weed game show it's on the Old Dirty Boston site now. You can see it's in our IGTV, but it's a panel show. So we get some guests, we get some comics, some, influencers, whatever, get them stoned. And then we have them answer some trivia.
Okay.
Answer some personal questions, do some challenges like rolling a joint.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I could do all that. This would be fun.
Just some goofy games, like try to draw pictures. Oh, it's a ton of fun. It's actually it's a great show. So it's doing great. We have 9 episodes sold, and we are going to keep rolling. I think, we're going to just keep going until we can't do it anymore. But
where do you guys film it?
We have a studio called WYSO.
Okay.
And that stands for What You Smoke It On. And they're great. They let us smoke weed in the studio. They're cool guys. They have a great setup. So yeah, we have a lot of fun with them.
That'd be a fun show to be a contestant. So how can someone be a contestant? That's the question. They want to be
actually on. You can text.
Okay.
Okay. If anybody out there, I mean, you can obviously, we could talk about it a little bit, but
yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna put out.
That kind of sounds fun. Because
I would do this in a heartbeat. I mean, I smoke, so I might as well do something with it if I'm destroying brain cells.
Let me anyways, it's fucking in here somewhere. But they text the phone. Go watch the episode. You'll see what it is. And at the end, there's a thing like text Boston to this number. That's how you get on the list to be a guest.
Yeah.
And whenever we're looking to like fill spots, we just send out a mass text and hey, who's free? Who can do it? So,
yeah. That's pretty cool. And
the next episode is focused on East Boston.
Oh God. East. That's my neighbor. I'm from Revere. So that's
there you go. You ever go to Easy Pie? Spiro?
Oh yeah, I know Sparrow. Actually, I ran for a city councilor in Revere 4 years ago, and I actually had my after party at Easy Pie.
There you go. Easy Pie is a great place.
Yeah, it's nice there. It's nice.
He's a great guy.
My wife and I used to go there every Sunday. We used to live around the corner in Revere before we moved, and we'd go there and chill out, watch football, hang out. He's a cool guy. Yeah, let us do the party there after the election stuff, and it was nice. It was good. I used to go. It's funny. I used to go to his location, and I used to work down in Braintree, and that's how I found out about Easy Pie. I was going down there for years, and then they put one in Revere, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is great!" And they had a bar and everything. I was like, "This is perfect." Yeah. But yeah, Easy Pie, good stuff there. Good food, good pizza's great.
And honestly, like he got hit with COVID recently, so I know.
Oh shit! Did he really? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone listening, if you are in or around Revere, check out Easy Pie. It's a good place. I know he can use.
Good place to have a beer, have a slice of pizza. The salads are wicked good there.
Yeah, everything's great. He's really nice.
It's pretty cool. Adam,
patio.
Adam, you got an update?
Everybody, I'm just kind of reading as it's all going along. Everyone's just kind of either trying to fight each other
Yeah.
or just kind of saying stupid things. This guy's talking about heroin. Another one's talking about how he thinks his person who lives below them does mushrooms. Another person, someone's talking about Jesus. It's all like a bunch of ADD shit. Everyone's just scattered all over the place.
I'd like to know the people who actually like sought out this chat room to go into. Like what? Like I like to just interview them.
Bill Murray's in here apparently.
Apparently, well, of course, Bill Murray's everywhere. So
I would love that. That'd be great. I would love to talk to Bill Murray.
Let's
Bill
just
Murray.
Assumption it's Bill Murray.
Yeah, it'd be great if it was like Bill Murray as like the guy
Bill.
from Groundhog Day, perhaps.
That's what I'm doing. I'm saying I loved him in Groundhog. It's great.
Bill.
One second.
The only thing that's really annoying about this is I hear as I'm talking, listening to you guys, I can hear it sounds like a typewriter every time a message gets sent.
Oh, really?
Chat. So I hear the tick, tick, tick every time.
Interesting. I'm fine. I'm actually shocked that he found the chat room, like to actually like to interact with people at. I remember that used to be a big thing. I remember you used to go to like AOL.com/chats and you could pick your chat rooms and stuff, and then you could
Yeah,
go.
I don't know. I stumbled upon this one really easily, surprisingly. That must mean there's a million more out there if I can't.
Yeah. Fucking A. I kind of miss chat rooms a little bit. They were kind of fun.
Thank you, North Shore. It was my favorite movie to be in.
I have a feeling you're gonna be stuck on this pretty much for the rest of the night.
Oh no, I'm definitely not. I definitely have better things to do.
Tomorrow morning, so me and Adam work in the same office, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna be like, so what time did you go to bed last night? What time did you chats?
What do you guys do? What's your regular job?
We're at CAD engineers. We actually work with someone that you know. In fact, I actually turned this on to your podcast. She was the one I reason I reached out for. This girl Sherry from Somerville.
Sherry Buffini?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys know Adam, or have you ever met Adam?
My name's Adam.
No, Adam.
I know, just fucking
her old boyfriend, Adam.
Adam Waters.
Yeah, she talked about him. I never met him before though. She's talked about him before, yeah.
So he works with the page. And,
yes.
Yeah, great guy.
Okay, Adam. Okay, because I was thinking Tom was the guy that she used to date. Because I go to Adam, I go, I think Sherry's old boyfriend might be coming on tonight. I got Adam and Tom mixed up.
So okay. I think Tom was her more recent boyfriend. Adam was like her high school.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. There you go.
Let's leave poor Sherry alone. I don't.
Poor Sherry. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, she actually told me because she knows me and Adam do the podcast, and she was like, "Have you ever heard of old Dirty Boss podcast?" I go, "No," and she you gotta look him up. So I looked him up. I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty interesting." That's why I reached out to you guys. I'm like, "Oh, these guys are right up our alley. These are exactly the type of people we like." So
thanks, Sherry. Yeah,
she gave me the hookup.
Oh yeah, Somerville all the way.
Guys stick together down in the Ville.
Right.
Are you still live in Somerville?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
The last of the Mohegans still here.
Yeah. It's a lot changed. It's a lot different than it was when we were kids. I can tell you that because you're about the same age as us. I'm 37. Adam's
I'm not far. I'm in Woburn.
Yeah. But that whole area changed. I remember as a kid going to the Assembly Square Mall before it was what it is now, when it was just a little divey fucking indoor place, and the Kmart there, and there was a Macy's there, or I guess it was a Jordan Marsh back in the day.
All right, yeah, this fucking room. I'm done.
Hell yeah, man.
That's better.
Love the North Shore. I can't get why. Like we were talking before the show started about how the South Shore and the North Shore are so much different. I lived in the South Shore for 4 years, and I fucking hated every minute of it. Hated it. That's the date.
I audibled, guys, and I do now have a guest coming over. I think I have a sleepover.
Oh, good for you.
Yup. Is
Oh,
this the lady?
And she was gonna go grab some clothes. She has to be at work early tomorrow. So
you see, things like this sounds like a start to a porno or a horror movie. Like,
this might be the very last interview Jason ever does.
I know what happened to Jason.
That's some crazy.
But in all seriousness, I hope all goes well with you, my friend. Hope it.
Yeah, sure will. I mean, I have supreme confidence it will go smoothly.
I mean, that would be impressive. This was her long game. You know what I mean? Like, let's blow off the date and all this stuff, and let's see.
Different person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh shit! Look at yeah.
Shit, that's impressive.
It's a quick turnover. Look at that.
It's great if the other girl comes up too, and she's like, "Oh, while we're here, might as well just..."
Something's in the air lately. I gotta say, I'm riding the wave. it comes and it goes, you know.
Yes. It's funny how this. Yeah.
It's funny how that works. It's true.
Very
It really
streaky.
is.
It's like a guy batting, right? It's like a baseball player. You know, you have these games, you can't miss the ball. And then you go these streaks where it's like you can't
This was NBA jams, I'd be flaming right now. I'm in that zone where like you can't miss.
Did you use the ad rock code and now you're a Beastie Boy? Are you
Yeah,
Hillary Clinton? I used to fucking love that game. That game was awesome. I wasted so many fucking hours, probably summer days where I should have been outside fucking playing that game growing up. Oh man.
You know, when she says she has to grab clothes, is a great sign. It's not like she's like a painter and she's like, you know, she's got to be up early to work at the fucking job site in the morning.
So have you met this one? Do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like I get it. I know what she is. Okay, she's like that reserve.
Not even reserved. She's just somebody that is kind of in a similar place where I am. Not looking for anything too serious, but
yeah, you can be there for each other. That's awesome. That's something awesome.
It's a good
arrangement.
To be.
Yeah.
Has she been to the place before? Is her first time there?
Second.
Okay, so she's familiar with the location, which is always good.
Yeah.
It's always tough.
Comfort's not an issue.
Yeah, it's always tough to get them over the first time because like they think
you never know where round one is going. Like, is she going to get there and freak out? Is she not going to show up? Is she going to have problems? There's a whole range of things that could be wrong.
Yeah.
So when it goes smooth, round one, round two is like you just shut down the engine and coast right in.
Piece of cake. Sit there, you can do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm weird. I like a little bit of a challenge, a little bit. I don't like it to feel unobtainable. Like I want to have to work for it, but not enough where I feel like you're being a fucking tease and I'm never going to get it. You know what I mean? Like it's like dangling a string in front of a cat. Like they're going to play with it, but if you drop the string, cat doesn't give a fuck. You know, like I want to feel like I want to know the payoff is there, but like I want to work for a little. That's why it's like if I know I could bring a girl home the first time I meet her, I'm probably never gonna fucking talk to her again. Like, it's sad. I've said that to some girl I dated before too. She's like, "How come you didn't bring me home the first night we met?" And I was like, "Because I never would have fucking talked to you again." It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Maybe you marry her. You never know, Adam. Anything is possible.
Well, that was eons ago, and I can tell you, I did not marry her.
No, I'm certain you didn't get married because that would be a new thing we found out in the show that you were married prior to this. So
hey, everybody.
You've been married the whole time.
Yeah. And I'd be like, wait a minute, what? She's like, I killed her I had told my entire office that Adam was married and his fiance died his wife died on their honeymoon in a hot air balloon accident. And they're like, get out of here. I'm like, no, like they were like, I go, don't bring it up. He gets a little sensitive about it. Like a couple of years ago, he got married and they went to like Vegas and they went to the desert and they were in a hot air balloon. And Adam didn't want to go because he was afraid of heights. So she went on. He's like, yeah, go and have a good time. And the hot air balloon caught fire and crashed into the side of the mountain and she died. And I go, yeah, and he doesn't really talk about much of that stuff. So like, and they're all looking at me, they're like, fucking, like, what the fuck? I go, all right. And they're like kind of tiptoeing around the subject. And like one day I got brought up about ex-wives or something like this. Like
I wish you kind of fed it to me though, Arty, because I would have played into it. If like you said this, be looking out for this, then I'd be like, all right, and I would have played into it. But you didn't. Yeah. You could have helped. You know.
I know. I don't know how I came up with hot air balloon. Like I don't know what I was like, fucking smoking that thing. But I think it was so extreme that someone wouldn't question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I say shit like,
really dig into that. Like, is that true? Yeah. Did that really happen? Because in this off chance it did, then you're a total cunt for bringing it up.
It's like, oh my god, I'm a fucking asshole.
That would have been hilarious if you let me in on that. I would have played along. But
you know, one of these days I'll get another one going. I had told Adam that I had told my mother that Adam donated part of his liver or a kidney or something like that. And then I was joking with my mother. And then one day him and my mother are alone somewhere. And my mother goes, oh my God, you look very good for someone who donated part of their kidneys.
It was liver. It was a funny joke, but the problem was the timing of your joke was not good.
It was
considering I had a friend who was dying of liver failure in the hospital at the time.
Well, it was
so the joke was funny. It was funny. It's just I wish
life imitates art. You know,
like it didn't start off to be a joke. It was kind of me just getting my mother was just being a pain in the ass about asking a million questions about shit. So I kind of just fed her some bullshit to kind of get her off my case a little bit. And I figured if I just let it roll and let it marinate, it would go away and she wouldn't stop asking questions because my mother's very nosy at times. And it's
a motherly trait.
Yeah. And she kept asking and then like I just thought it was put to bed. And then I never thought there would ever be a chance where Adam and my mother would be alone together. And they were walking out from my apartment to to their cars.
And we made out in the
And they
elevator.
made out and banged in the bottle. And then I get a phone call from my mother. She's like, "You're a fucking asshole." I go, "What did I do?" You just left. And she's like, "Why do you tell me you donated 5 of his liver?" I asked him how you looked really good for someone who just, and I go, "Jesus Christ." I'm like, "Why would you say that to someone? What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why would you say
in her mind, it was a great compliment.
Hey, you look good for someone who just donated 5. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
Well, if he hasn't, then it's certainly an insult. But
Yeah, I enjoy the stories and see how far we can push them.
yeah.
But
I'm with you on that. I'm a liar through and through.
yeah,
My whole life's a yarn.
See, I'm different. I'm the honest guy. I'm the one who's just like, I feel like over the years I've seen too many web of lies get all fucked up. So now I'm going the opposite route. I just fucking tell, unless it's a heartfelt moment between friends or like, hey, I don't want anybody to know this. Then I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like ridiculous shit, it's like in our little circle here, it's like if Arty says something, it's secretly ask Adam if it's true. Like,
yeah, he's the,
like,
he'll give you a rating of
Yes.
maybe not, definitely not, absolutely.
On your toes,
yeah.
But it is what it is. But Jason, we're running close to the end. I know you have a certain situation to get to real quick.
Yeah.
Plug Old Dirty Boston podcast, the Weed Show. Tell us where we can go and find all this stuff.
Thanks, guys. Honestly, check out Old Dirty Boston on Instagram. That's where I really focus my attention. Obviously, the podcast. We got new episodes coming out in September. And check the pod. Weed Game Show is on there. And also in the highlights, like highlights where you look at stories.
Yeah.
I started doing like chronicling my nights out. So I have, nights out at the strip club with Real Estate Jeff trying to get Brian Cho laid. I went to Slade's, which if you've never been to Slade's, it is the #1 black comedy room in Boston, and it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
That place is like off the chain.
I'm gonna check that out. All right.
Slade's Bar and Grill on Tremont.
Yes, Slade's on Tremont. On Wednesday nights, they have.
Okay, I know what it is.
Starts late. It's one of the hottest nights. Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
Check that shit out.
Yeah, please check it out. And all the people that are part of the page, Demetrius Big D Hullum, Dan Hall, host of the Weed Game Show, Adam Waters, everybody else. I got my bean shooter shirt on today.
I like that.
Mike Lee would be a great guest. He's fun.
Is that a mugshot?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was in Bill Ricca for this one. Nice. Yeah, Mike Lee is great. Oh, next episode of the Weed Game Show, we have Dickie Eklund on.
Okay. Oh, from
from The Fighter, Mickey Ward's brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it's great. It's hilarious.
Fucking hey. Cool, man. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Have a fun
thank
night.
you guys for having me on, and thanks for checking out the podcast. I appreciate it. And whatever you're doing, let me know.
Sounds good, brother. We'll keep in touch.
Make something happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have a good one, brother.
Yeah, have a fun night, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Jason from Old Dirty Boston Podcast, everyone. Uh-oh. Did I lose you, Adam? I might have lost Adam. And if that's the case, then this might be the end of the show. See if he goes back in. I'm not quite sure what I did, but I might have hit a button. But you can get Adam, of course, on the Whirlwind Potato on YouTube. You can check that out and get all his videos and stuff like that. And of course, you can get me on, you can get me on several locations. You can get me on where'sarty.com. That's the easiest way. And that'll bring us to the Wicked Explorers with my wife and my little guy going adventures. You go to DJ at 84 Entertainment and see where I'm going to be DJing. I have a couple gigs the end of the month, the 26th, I believe. It's a Thursday, last Thursday in August. I'll be at the Night Shift Brewery in Everett, Massachusetts, spending the ones in the twos there. And thepacky.com for all your packy needs. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. We appreciate it. And thank you for Jason from Old Dirty Boston Podcast for joining us tonight. Of course, Adam the Mallet for being a lovely sidekick. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Bye.